Hello, one and all, and welcome to another one of our collecting guide for the latest set of Phyrexia All Will Be One. Today I am here with Scotty, as usual. Say hi, Scotty. And I'm also joined by the Lemon configuration from the Hellraiser series. And we're here to run you through every single card version that you can find in this amazing set and expansion, and where to find them. So without further ado, we'll go through every single one of the possible special cards, and we'll tell you in which product and each percentage that you're likely to get it in if it has been made available by Wizards of the Coast. Okay, so before we begin, we just wanted to thank all of our viewers, and please remember to like, subscribe, comment if you like what we do. If you don't like what we do, comment as well and let us know what we can improve. And thumbs down as well if you don't feel like it. And if you like our content and if it's helpful, maybe share it with some of your friends and your communities, because they might need these kind of guides too. Right, so we'll start from the very beginning and we'll look at the Phyrexionized or Panorama Full Art Basic Land cards. So basically we'll just look at the basic land cards that are either Phyrexian, Panorama, or just normal just now. And at the moment we have the Phyrexian version of an island, right? And this is the foil version that you can get. And then you have the normal Panorama version of a card, a basic land card. So this is side-by-side comparison. Yes. And then you also find the normal island version of a card, right? Which is realistically is kind of the same theme of the art, just the normal one, not full. Now, these two you can find in basically draft boosters, set boosters, and collector boosters. Funny enough, because for example, they can be found 50% chance in the collector boosters to either get the Phyrexionized or the island, and you get one foil per pack. So the collector booster pack is a more decent way to get the foil Phyrexionized lands compared to the normal ones, but you can also get the normal ones foils. And I must say they're not that easy to find as compared to the other foil full art versions, such as the Mecha lands from Brothers War. And then in the set boosters pack, you also have a 33% chance to get one of the Phyrexianized version of the lands instead of this one, the Panorama version. And for it to be foil, you only have about a 20% chance on top of that to get it foil. And then you have a 33% chance of getting Phyrexianized lands per pack in a draft booster pack over the normal ones, but they're not going to be foil. Now, funny enough, the normal lands that are non-full art, as you might call it, they're only available in the bundle. So in the bundles, for example, the normal bundle has 20 of them, and you get to see all of the normal version, foil and non-foil, in the bundle itself, but you won't be able to find these in any of the boosters themselves. So these are the lands of the set, except for one type, which we'll be discussing soon after. Okay, next up we have the ICHOR and ICHOR Borderless cards, and these are two separate actual entities. When you're unboxing things, we'll get into give you an example, but one thing that WotC doesn't really make clear in any of the guides, and trust me, to get this information you have to go through a lot to compile everything into one place, but to find these, some are either bordered or borderless, right? So not all ICHOR are borderless, and the ICHOR borderless can be placed into the borderless slots as well. So that's the interesting part. So whenever you see like, oh, you could open on a borderless card or extended art card in this slot, then there's also highly chance that you could also get an extra ICHOR card. So without further ado, there are quite a few cards in this set that have the ICHOR treatment, and this is the showcase version of this set. So the showcase border or showcase version of the cards. Now there are in grand total 6 commons, as that you have a 63% chance of opening in the respective slots, 7 uncommons, which has 37% chance of opening in their respective slots, 16 rares, which gives you a 41% chance of opening in the respective slots, and then 10 mythics, which gives you a 13% chance of opening in the respective slots. Now, to give you an example of the difference, we have a couple here. So I will show you here. We have the borderless on top and the bordered at the bottom, right? So this is a Capricious Hellraiser and this is a Furnace Punisher. The Furnace Punisher itself, as you can see, and the Capricious Hellraiser are the normal cards version that you can open in any booster. And then on the middle, you find their respective ICHOR version. So let's start with the Capricious Hellraiser, and I'll show you that this is a borderless art card. There is no border, and it looks very much like a photograph negative for me. It's supposed to be like an ink blot, maybe like the Rorschach ink drawings, but it's very hit and miss for me personally, but some people really love it, and some of the art is really, really cool, but some I just don't like. So yeah, you get the art that's very different. And then on top of that, if you want to see a foil of this one, you can check the foiling here to see that it's very much a normal foiling that you would get for an extended art card. Just it's very black and white, so it doesn't jump out as much. I would say the foiling in some of them can be a bit more because they tend to have a little bit more color. Like the Atraxa one that we opened was a bit more yellow, so it's not that bad. And then to show you an example of the bordered one side by side, you can see here that this is a Furnace Punisher with the border. And this is actually a separate thing that you can get. Wherever there's a bordered ICHOR, you can get this, but whatever there is in any of the openings, a borderless or extended art, you can get one of these as well. So this is a bit of a confusion that they don't go into too much detail. So just to give you an idea, this is a Furnace Punisher. I don't like the Furnace Punisher as much. I like the Capricious Hellraiser more, the Inkblot version or the ICHOR version. And then the foil version of it is as such. Again, it's a normal foiling, nothing fancy. I hope you enjoy these because you'll find them everywhere. Now, to go into detail and explain where you can find each, let's start with the collector booster packs. In the collector booster packs, you have one assured common or uncommon per pack. That's a non-foil. Then one assured common or uncommon per pack. That's foil. And the common and uncommons are all bordered. Then you have one possible non-foil rare and a possible foil rare or mythic. Now, there's an Elvish Norn version of these, which we didn't unbox. And if you do get it, it's less than 1% chance to be in its respective slot. So if you get it, hold on to it. That's really good. And then also, there's a possibility of getting an extra ICHOR card as well in a STEP-AND-COMPLEAT foiling, which we will explain at a later time into this guide. So basically you have let's say 2 assured chances to get one in a collector's booster, and then other 3 possible chances. Now the STEP-AND-COMPLEAT, we'll go into more detail and I'll explain what it is and how it is, but it's kind of annoying that you can get also the commons and uncommons in this treatment, but it doesn't matter. And then you can also find them in a collector's booster sample pack. So one foil per pack is assured, and usually this is the the bordered one. And then in the non-bordered or extended art slot, you can also find an ICHOR version non-foil. So this has happened to us. For example, if you'll see the unboxing of our Phyrexia commander deck, you will see that this is what happened. But you could also get an extended art of a normal card in that one. Now, and then speaking about the set booster packs, you can find the ICHOR versions in the common or uncommon in each pack assured, so one. Then one more can be found as a foil or common or uncommon, which can also be one rare or mythic ICHOR rare, and this slot is not assured. Then you can find two more in the wildcard slot, because set packs have wildcard slots, and the wildcard slots can be JUMPSTART cards, commander cards, and ICHOR cards in this set. And one of these wildcard cards can also be a rare or a mythic ICHOR instead, so a borderless one. Now, the likelihood, because in this one you have like five, up to five, let's say, in the set booster packs, likelihood of hitting more than three, it's very, very slim to none. Like, I would reckon it's around 0%. So I guess that if you get three in a booster pack, you count your lucky stars, and that's about it. And then you can also find them in the draft booster pack. And one can sometimes replace a common, uncommon, rare, or mythic rare, including the foil slot. Now, no percentage has been given for the draft packs. Now, one cool thing about this set that I really love a lot is that they've introduced the collector's frames and all the special art and all the stuff at every single step of every single product that you can open, much more than before. So you'll find that all the other different versions are very much available from draft to collectors, and that way you don't have to spend an insane amount of money. And if you get lucky, you can open some amazing cards just like we did, or even just a draft booster pack. So that's about it for this ICHOR version. So next up, we have the Concept PRAETOR borderless cards. Now, what these are is a reprinting of 5 PRAETORs, Phyrexian PRAETORs. And what they did was, as you can see on the screen at the moment, they just took PRAETORs from previous expansions, and they've actually maintained the expansion symbol for the set's legality, because when standard rotates out of certain sets, those cards won't be available. So you can still find them in this set, but they will maintain the set's symbol of those sets. I will show you a couple in this video. And yeah, the cool thing is, I mean, Elish Norn as well is available in this treatment as the Elish Norn of this set. And yeah, I think these are really cool. The art is different. It's alternate art. And again, this covers the extended alternate art slot, also available in all from draft to collector's booster, but we'll go into more details. So what they look like here on our screen, you can see on the left you'll find the Elish Norn version, Mother of the Machines, and on the right you'll find the normal version of Elish Norn that you can find in this set. So as you can see, it's an extended alternate art version, as it would be for Planeswalkers in previous sets, and it's quite really beautiful. And I must say that for me, I got really lucky because this was open in the draft booster box. So as I said, you can get really lucky in the draft themselves and get one of these cards, and at the moment they're quite valuable. So, and I find it really, really beautiful. I think Richard Withers, who is the artist that made this art, did an amazing job. And I find that it encapsulates the creepiness of Elish Norn fantastically. Now, to go into more detail as to where you can find these beautiful cards, you can find them in, as we said, in every booster pack. In the collector's booster packs, you can find one possible foil version, then in another slot, another possible non-foil version, and then a third can be a possible STEP-AND-COMPLEAT version of the card itself. And the set boosters packs as well, you can find one possible foil version. in less than 1% of the boosters, and then one possible non-foil version in the wild slot itself. And then in the collector's booster sample pack, you can also find the borderless or extended art slot. And then in the drift booster pack, one can be found possibly in a foil and non-foil version, so it's not assured. The foil version can be found in less than 1% of the boosters. And that's about it. So yeah, this is really, really cool. I think this is one of the coolest renditions, but I still prefer the manga version, which we will show you in just about a second. But it's nice that you can get all of them through opening normal draft booster packs. All right, next up we have the alternate art borderless cards. Now the alternate art borderless cards are 5 lands and 1 sorcery. You can see them here, an example of the lands and the sorcery itself. Now the sorcery itself is the Green Sun's Twilight, and it's the buy a box promo version of the normal Green Sun's Twilight that you can find here on the right. And it's a foil Green Sun's Twilight extended art, and it's quite nice, even though the card is not the most broken of the Sun's Twilights and not one of the best of the set. It's still very good. And you can get these so long as supplies last in your LGS. So when you buy a box, you can get handed one for free because you bought a box. And that's very cool. Now, continuing, you can also find the extended art, alternate art of the lands that you see here. So just to give you an example, this is what one looks like without the foiling, the Bleak Cleave Cliffs, which are the new fast lands or reprinted fast lands. And on the left, you can see the normal version, and on the right, the alternate art, which is quite beautiful. And there are 5 of these, 5 new fast lands. Well, not new, but again, new in this set. And then on the left here, you can see this normal Seachrome Coast, and on the right, the foiling one. And as you can see, the foiling is just exactly the same as an extended art card, but it's really beautiful. And that's it. Now, these extended alternate art cards, you can find them in the following products. So first off, for the lands, right? Because as we said, the promo buy a box can only be found in one way, but the collector's boosters packs can have a possible foil version and then a possible non-foil version. It's not assured that you will get one per pack. The set booster also can have a possible foil version, and no percentage is given at that, and one possible non-foil version in the wild slot. So if you get lucky in the wild slot, that's awesome, because you can get an extended art in a normal set booster, which is amazing. Then you can also get one collector booster sample pack, because one of the slots is a borderless or extended art. And then in the draft booster pack, you can also find possibly one in either foil or non-foil version per booster pack, but no percentage is given at all. So again, it continues the trend of the fact that you can find all versions in all products booster packs, which is really nice. Next up, we have the bundle alternate art card, and this is only the found in the normal bundle that you can already purchase anywhere at your LGS or on Amazon or whatever you'd like to purchase your products. We go at our LGS. It's Box in a Hole here in Edinburgh, so shout out to them because they're amazing. If you're in Edinburgh, definitely check them out. Anyway, the bundle comes with an alternate version of Caramonix, the Rat King. Now this is a fan favorite for Commander decks players that have Rat decks, and and it's a foil version of it, so I will show you just really quickly what it looks like. You can only find it in foil version, and yeah, the alternate art is quite interesting, and if you like it, you can find it only in the normal bundle, one per bundle. Next up, we have one of the more sought after things that you can get in the set, which is the Step and Complete version of the cards. Now, the Step and Complete version has been applied to 6 commons of the set, which has a 38% chance of being opened in a respective slot. 7 uncommons, which gives you a 29% chance, 26 rares, which give you a 22% chance, and 28 mythics, which gives you an 11% chance. Now, it covers, as you can see here, all ICHOR borderless cards, including commons and uncommons, so borderless and non-borderless. Then you can also find them in the concept PRAETOR borderless cards. And also, it has been applied to the MANGA borderless cards, which we'll see here and also further down into our guide. And also the Phyrexian completed planeswalkers, which are the Phyrexian language planeswalkers. Now, just to give you an example of a few, so here is a Bone Picker Scourge with the normal version, and here's a Bone Picker Scourge which has been completed. So you can see, like, if I do this, you can hardly see the foiling, because this is kind of like a normal foiling. But if I start turning it around more, then you can notice that it has the Phyrexian symbols on top of all the card. And the cool thing about this kind of stuff, if you like it, of course, because, you know, it's very divisive, some people like it, some people don't, is that not only is everywhere, so depending on the light you can get it everywhere, but also, as you can notice, compared to, for example, a normal ICHOR card, the shine on this card on the left is much more, because what Wizards of the Coast did is first do the normal foiling underneath and then place like a really shiny patina like layer with these foiling of the Phyrexian symbols on top. So if you like this kind of feeling, this, I wouldn't say plasticky, but it's extremely shiny feeling, then you are definitely going to enjoy these kind of cards. I personally am not a huge fan of the treatment. I love the symbols, but I don't like how shiny they are. It feels like I'm playing a different card game at the moment, but to each their own, you know. And then we'll have another example. So here we have the concept PRAETOR. We'll keep this here. Here we have the concept PRAETOR Orbrask. As we said before, the concept PRAETORs can also be found with a Step and Complete treatment, and this is Orbrask himself with its respective expansion symbol, as we said before, and it comes with a complete treatment, Step and Complete treatment. And if you like it, then you might as well get it, because these cards are quite nice and with their PRAETOR treatment, and if you like the shininess of it, why not? Next up, you have the MANGA borderless cards. Now, here we have Kaito on the left, Dancing Shadow, non-foil, and then on the right, Kaito, Dancing Shadow, Step and Complete. So as you can see, again, very shiny, and on top of that, the Step and Complete logos are everywhere. It's quite an interesting treatment. And then, last but not least, is the Phyrexian completed planeswalkers. Now, you'll see that the Phyrexian completed planeswalkers only come in the Phyrexian language, which we'll discuss soon after. But the main idea is that you take any of the completed planeswalkers, there are 5 of them, and you apply the Phyrexian language on it, and then you apply the Phyrexian Step and Complete treatment to them. Of course, also you get Elish Norn in the same treatment, even though she's not a planeswalkers, and to get it here again, it's extremely rare, less than 1% in this slot. But yeah, it has the same treatment. So it will have the Phyrexian language and the Step and Complete foiling treatment. And there you go. Now, where can you find these cards? Now, you can only find these ones. This is the only type that you can find in the collector's boosters packs. And you can only get one step and complete card per pack. And as we explained before, the pool is quite big. So between commons, uncommons, rares, and mythics, and all of these different versions. And yeah, some people enjoy the Phyrexian ones. Some people enjoy other ones. You can get the Phyrexian ones in just a second. We'll explain another version, but yeah, you can get the step and complete treatment for the following, and if you enjoy it, good for you, because you'll get a lot of commons and uncommons in this slot with the ICHOR treatment as well. So the unfortunate side of this is that since you can get a common and uncommon, you can get, if you've seen, for example, our collector's booster box unboxing, sometimes you just get a common or uncommon in this slot and they're not as valuable. But it's nice that they give you more than just one, because it's not a lottery card like the double foil retro artifacts from Brothers War. So if you really enjoy this treatment, you tend to get a lot more by getting a booster box than just like hoping to win the lottery with just one card. And I appreciate that about WotC and what they did here. Next up, we have the Phyrexian language cards. Now these, as we said before, you've already seen one example, although this one has also the step and complete foiling treatment, but they also come in without the step and complete treatment. So all the completed planeswalkers plus Elish Norn, which again is less than 1% to get in her slot, no matter what treatment she has, will be available in the Phyrexian language. So all it is just the text of the card, as you can see here, has been completely changed. Now you can get either 5 rare mythic planeswalkers, as we said, and mythic, or 1 mythic creature, which is Elish Norn. But you can also, if you get your hands on a bundle complete edition, which are not out yet. Only premium WPN stores have them, and promotional channels such as news channels, etc., can were handed these legally. You can also get a Phyrexian language version of the Phyrexian Arena in foil, and you can see a picture here on the right compared to the one on the left. And yeah, I mean, I would advise you to memorize the cards if you play them in your commander deck and you don't have 4 of them, because yeah, you will need to remember how much and what it does. Same thing, especially for the planeswalkers. Now, this Phyrexian language cards, as we said, the bundle complete edition gets one of them, and it is the foil version, and every bundle will have one. Although the bundle complete editions are extremely hard to get your hand on even pre-ordering at the moment. There's a craze about them, despite the fact that they're not, we don't think it's limited quantity print. It's going to be print to demand very likely, but so we'll see how it goes. But the other 6 cards can be found in their respective slots in the collector's boosters packs, and one can be a possible foil version, and one can be a possible non-foil version, and one can be a possible step and complete foil version, as we saw. Now, Elish Norn can be in any of these as well, but it's less than 1% chance to get her. And then in the set booster pack, you can either get a possible foil version or a possible non-foil version in the wildcard slot. It's actually not or, it's and. So if you're lucky enough, you could get 2. And again, you get an Elish Norn in any of these 2 slots, and less than 1%. And then in the draft booster pack, you can also get a possible foil or non-foil version, but there's no percentage given on the general. Just Elish Norn is less than 1%. And again, remember, less than 1% could mean 0.00001 or more, right? So don't hold your breath in trying to get that one. Now, next up, we have the MANGA borderless cards, which you've kind of seen before in the step and complete treatment, but we wanted to show you what they look like in the normal. So on the left, we have Thornbreaker and Silence, the normal version, and on the right, the MANGA version. So they actually took proper mangaka or manga writers and artists to create these illustrations, which are really, really cool and are my favorite part about this set. And yeah, you have about 10 borderless rare manga cards, which includes creatures and planeswalkers, and you get a 25% chance of opening them in the respective slot, and 5 mythic planeswalkers, which gives you a 3% chance of opening one in the respective slot. Now, to show you a foiling of one, we don't have a foiling of Thrun, but we have a foil Elish Norn that we've opened here from our collector's box. And as you can see, the foiling itself is just a normal full art foiling. But the art is extremely beautiful. And we were very fortunate to get this one. This is the one that I was hoping to get, and we got it in a foil. This is the only version I really like. I don't like it with the STEP-AND-COMPLEAT, and I don't like the oil slick one either, but we'll get into oil slick just soon after. But anyway, this is what they look like. Now, for these versions, now you can get them in collector booster packs. One can be a possible foil version, again, and one can be a possible non-foil version, and one can be a possible STEP-AND-COMPLEAT foil version. And in all three of these slots, Elish Norn can be there, but in less than 1% chance to get them. So we were extremely lucky to get her, and even more so to get her foil. And then in set booster packs, you can get one possible foil version, or one possible non-foil version, the wildcard slot. Again, Elish Norn is in these slots in less than 1% chance. No more details given. And then the draft booster pack, you can get one possible foil or non-foil version, but no percentage given. Again, Elish Norn, less than 1% chance in this one as well. Now, next up, we have the oil slick raised foil cards. We don't have them physically here, but you can see a couple of videos provided by Wizards of the Coast of what they look like. And in these ones, on the slot, for example, here is a comparison of foil Phyrexian language land. And on the right, you can see the raised slick version of those basic lands of all 5. And then, of course, we also showed you just now the Elish Norn, the version of, for example, the manga, because this is the closest one that we have at the moment. But here's the Elish Norn or raised oil slick version. Now, these are 5 basic lands, as we said before, and 20 mythic cards. Now, they can be found only in the complete edition bundle, and in it you get 10 basic lands, so 2 for each type of basic land, and then 2 random mythic cards, and they come in their respective complete edition booster inside the bundle itself. And this is what's making the complete bundle very hard to find, because people are going crazy after them and just want to get their hands on Elish Norn or the lands or whatever might be the case. Either way, these will be released officially on the 3rd of March. So at the moment they cannot be sold, and you can pre-order them if you're lucky enough to find one. But again, there are no limited stock availability for these things. From Wizards Coast, they didn't say anything about limited stock, and it's likely going to be reprinted over and over up until demand lasts. So be careful about spending your money here, because it could be that, I mean, people just continue buying them, and you know, there's going to be like hordes of them, like little dragons in their own little bunkers with like hundreds of them. But realistically, you will be eventually be able to get your hands on them, and prices will drop unless WotC comes out and says, well, it's limited, we don't have any more, goodbye, which we know is not the case, because this is not a limited print run kind of thing usually. Now, next up, we have the Commander cards. Now, this new set has a grand total of 174 Commander cards, unique Commander cards, and if you don't count the 23 unique tokens. Now, these cards are both new cards and reprints of older Commander staples. And as you can see here, we have a couple for you. First off, here is Ixal, Sign of Phyrexia. On the right is the commander version that you get in the box itself of the commander, and on the left is the one that you can get in a wildcard slot, or we'll explain to you in other slots, for the commander proper. There is no foiling on this one on the left, but yeah, you can see the version here. And then for the collector's version, or the extended art version, we have Norn's Choir Master, and as you can see here, it's an extended art of the card itself. Indeed. There you go. Now, the cards themselves are found as follows. The commanders are 2 per deck and foil in their respective commander decks. So each commander deck comes with 2 commander staples, the one on the box and then another sub commander that you can replace if you want, and they're both foil, and they're only found foil on inside the commander deck themselves. And then in the collector's booster packs, you can actually get 1 extended art rare or mythic commander card, or an extended art card jumpstart card in each pack. Now, the extended art version of commander cards are only found in collector's packs and sample items. So you can also find one in the collector booster sample packs, and it can be one in the extended art slot or borderless slot. So that's only 1 per booster sample pack. And then in the set boosters, you can also find them in the 2 wildcard slots, and they can either be commander cards or jumpstart cards. So this is where you can find the collectors, the commander cards for the set. You can also, as I said, you can find them foil in the collector's boosters. So it's kind of nice. You can find them rare mythic foils, and you can, I mean, realistically, there's no percentage given of how you can find them, a foil or non-foil and all of that, but you get at least 1 extended art per collector booster pack. Now, whether it's the jumpstart or the commander card, you're not assured, but it's pretty cool. Next up, we have the Jumpstart cards, which can be found in their respective Jumpstart booster packs. So if you open Jumpstart booster packs, you can find them in there, or you can find them in other places, which we'll get into really quickly. But realistically, this is on the left, a normal Jumpstart booster card, and then on the right, the collector's version one with the extended art. There are only 5 of them. In the collector, you can find them in the collector booster sample pack. So again, in the slot that has an extended art or borderless card. Then in the collector booster packs themselves, you can have a chance of getting at least 1 non-foil extended art or extended jump card. And then in the set boosters, you can get a chance to get them in the 2 wildcard slots. Lastly, well, not lastly, but lastly, for the more special kind of versions of the collectible stuff, there are the extended art cards. These are 29 rare cards that exclude the 5 jumpstart cards that we just talked about. And these are realistically just rare cards taken with an extended art treatment. This is something that they've been doing since Throne of Eldraine, so this is nothing new, but still, it's very nice to see. And so these can be found either in the collector's booster sample pack, in the extended art slot. There can be either this or extended ICHOR or extended jumpstart card. And then in collector's booster packs themselves, you have 1 assure per pack, non-foil, and then 1 possible foil version, but there's no percentage given, and then an extra possible non-foil version, but no percentage given. So realistically, you get 1 per pack, but up to 3 per pack if you get lucky with the foil, non-foil version, and extra. Next up, we have the list cards, which have been a staple of all set booster packs since their introduction. And these are basically previous expansions cards that are just put inside set booster packs, and sometimes you get in theme, so they tend to reprint certain cards. For example, now with the Phyrexian set, they've reprinted some old Phyrexian theme cards, and yeah, they're pretty fun to find. You can find these only in the set booster packs, and one card out of 25% of packs replaces the token at the back. So hey, and you can get lucky and you can get some decent historical cards, as you can say. And lastly, we have the art cards. The art cards that are also in the set booster pack. You can only find them in the set booster pack in two versions, either the non-signed version, such as this one, or you can find them with the signed golden version, which is a print-in stamp, golden stamp of the artists themselves. And they come one per pack in every set booster pack, but you have a 10% chance to get the foil stamp version, and that's it. So we hope this was helpful for you, and that this information makes it into the world, because it's quite confusing to try and figure out which version is which. And as we said before, this is a continuation. This is going to be an ongoing for as long as we can do it. We will do it and try and inform our viewers and our users to what versions exist and where you can find them, because the information that Wizards of the Coast gives themselves is very confusing and very fragmented. To find this information, you have to look through a lot of places to get it all together in one, but luckily for you, we did that. And so we hope you've enjoyed this. Again, please like, subscribe, and share this guide with your friends and your community. If it has helped you, please comment if it hasn't, or if it has, let us know what you liked best about it, what you didn't like. And yeah, we're always looking to improve, and keep tuned on our channel to find out more about the next expansions and next products that we will be unboxing, and more of these kind of guides. And until then, we thank you very much for being with us, and we wish you a blessed day, a lovely day. Be good, be kind, and see you next time. Bye.